Hey everybody, Ben, Summerville Gardener, and today I'm taking on a very fun project, and probably tomorrow and the next day. So what I have currently here in my backyard right here at the corner of my patio is a bit of a weedy mess, really. But there's also a lot of cannas and a lot of other good cool things that I probably want to keep. The one thing that I had looked at when I was doing my microclimate research, that's where I used a bunch of these wireless thermometers, like that one up there too, and I put them all over the yard to see where exactly my hot spots and cool spots are. And that's a pretty cool spot right there. He seems to enjoy it, but unfortunately for him, that is going to have to go away. So once I get all these cannas ripped out and all this grass and other junk that's just kind of growing up in here, I mean, this whole thing just needs to get cleaned out, really. Probably gonna rip out this whole walkway here too, and move the landscaping all the way down to the edge of the fence here. While I do like the canna lilies and the awapui ginger here, and all my little buddies that crawl around this place, there's just entirely too many weeds in this place. I can do better. I should be doing better. This is awful. This is bad. That's really bad. Got weeds and vines and thorny things growing in through here. I was trying to think, like, what would be even cooler than having a bunch of cannas right there at the corner of the patio. And I was also thinking that my little microclimate research that I was doing says that it's a nice warm spot right there too. All through the winter, that little area right there around the patio, never once, well, I mean, once kind of, it snowed, but never got to freezing and stayed below freezing, which I thought was kind of weird. Interesting, maybe. And while I had less than good success when it comes to the other areas of citrus plants, I'm trying to think, did any one of them even survive? Kinda some of them survived. There was a satsuma that was planted here, and it was on a trifoliate rootstock, and this is a non-dwarf rootstock. That's important to know. Trifoliate, not dwarf. There's reasons why. You'll have to watch future videos to see why. And the other rootstock, I want to say, it was on a satsuma. I forget what it was that was planted here. But right over here, this is some sort of a sour rootstock, is what this was called. It's a non-dwarf sour rootstock. So while I'm not entirely sure what this was supposed to be growing or what rootstock it's off of, I'm gonna grow it anyway, see what happens. And if it's nothing that I want to eat, well, then we'll just go ahead and graft something else to it. Simple as that. Over here, this is a dwarfing rootstock of a trifoliate. So this will be a nice little rootstock for some dwarf cuttings, as is this one over here. No, this one is a non-dwarf over here also. I think it's kind of easy to tell which ones are dwarf and which ones aren't. These are growing straight up like, wow. That's probably at least 3 feet tall. As is that one right over there. But that one over there, that one's dwarf. And it's like this big. Well, I mean, in comparison. And it's already starting to branch out pretty good. So I'm sure there'll be lots of things to do with that in the future. Lots of things I'd be able to graft to that in the future. Or both of them. See what the differences are. But the one way that I'm going to be protecting my citrus in the future is to, first of all, not bury it out in the backyard where I won't be able to see it very often. And instead place it right up here in the front patio area so that I'll see it, I can take immediate action should something go wrong. And it'll probably be a lot easier for me to cover it up and keep the Christmas lights on it or something. So I've picked out a few varieties here. A Washington Navel, a Clementine Mandarin. That's a fig, don't worry about the figs. That's for a different project. Another Washington Navel orange, so that's 2 of those. And this is one that I'm kind of interested in. This is a Hamlin LA Sweet. That's not Los Angeles, that is Louisiana. Hamlin, Louisiana Sweet Orange. Both the Hamlin and the Washington Navel are supposed to be really good juicers, easy to peel, which is basically what I'm looking for. And mandarins, I mean, come on, who doesn't like mandarins? And somebody threw a blackberry in here. That's not supposed to go in there. Dang, birds eating all my blackberries. So the first stage of this fun is going to be removal of all these cannas and try to get as much of this grass out as I can. Try and resurface this a bit. Wow, that is some thick grass. You want some really thick, fine bladed grass? Xeon zoysia. Really good stuff. It's exactly what you're looking for. Super thick, super dense. It'll choke out cannas, apparently. There were cannas here, I promise. Probably gonna be easier if I go ahead and move my carrots here, which I'm not sure if you saw the video of this City Pickers little raised garden bed thing, but I've planted a bunch of carrots in here, and I think some of them are about ready. Looking forward to some fresh carrots. Okay, let's get this whole thing cleaned up, and I'll get started on removal. The one thing that does kind of bother me about this just a little bit is when I think just how many lizard eggs are down here in this fallen foliage area. I know I just saw one of the daddy lizards just run this away, but the good news is a lot of these are going to be getting transferred over to my neighbors and also to other areas on the property. I'm not just trashing all this. These are too good to trash, but they are going to get a bit of a haircut. Where's my haircutting utensils? Ah, yes. Here's one. Oh, it's going to be ugly. Yep, they just come right down. Looks kind of like this. I love a good sickle. Oh, it's so sad to see all these things drop. It's so satisfying at the same time. I really hope there's no bees in here. I should have checked for that first. Oh, there went one. My bad. Oh, that thing's stuck in there good. Just gotta wiggle it. Just a little bit. I just think all the lawn ornaments are gonna be able to go in these things' place. That was a bit dramatic, I guess. But fun nonetheless. Uh-oh. I found the daddy. Let's see if I can get you in here closer. There we go. There's daddy. Kind of crazy how sometimes they just let you get really close to him. Yeah. What do you think about that? What you got there? You got a pie in your butt. All right, we're gonna help this little guy out of this mess that I'm making because I don't want anything bad to happen to him. And sorry, bud, but your house just got destroyed. Oh no, little baby. I destroyed your house. I'm sorry. Oh, there's more over there. Okay, I'm gonna be transporting lizards for a little bit. I just unhomed a bunch of lizards. I feel mildly bad. Onward and upward. We're gonna give them a better home. This is like one of those, what you call it, those shows where it's like a home transformation. You know what I'm talking about, those home shows. You know you still watch them. Well, that was all good fun ripping all that stuff out. I'm gonna snag up a few of these for the neighbors, bag them up, and then get to forking this thing up real good. I said fork it up real good, with a fork. So for the most part, I'm just going to be forking up these cannas. Something about like this. Just loosening them all up. And then the real fun part's gonna be breaking all this stuff apart, getting all that grass out. Get off. Let's try this. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, get all that grass out of there. Some of that I might be able to transplant and replant way over there in the yard. Get some of that grass replaced. Get all that drying and dead stuff out of there. Let this extra vibrant, super almost invasive grass grow. But to be fair, I really do like this grass. Despite its raggedy appearance here, this is some super thick, dense, awesome grass. And I'm gonna try really hard to pull up these lilies. Lilies? Is that what these things are called? I think these are daylilies. I think they are, I don't know. I'm gonna do my best to uproot these things very carefully. Try to incorporate them into the landscape somewhere else just a little differently. Ah, there we go. At least some of them are coming up nice and pretty like. Nice and easy. And hopefully we can make some sense out of that. And just keep planting those like down over there, back down over here. A lot of lilies, a lot of weeds. There's a lot of weeds in here, lots of crap. I need to do a video on how to kill weeds. That's actually a really good idea, to do a video on how I kill weeds, or how weeds do exist in a nice wood chip area. Even that big area back over there, I get weeds. Not the good kind of weeds either. Those nasty weeds, the ones you don't want. Not them skunk weeds. I mean what? So I'm gonna go ahead and rip all this stuff out. If I come across anything interesting, you'll be the second to know. Or, yeah, I'll let you know. One last look and I'll be right back. So I've been begging for rain for many days now. About a week. It just figures. Got about this much ripped out and that just totally figures. Yeah, we'll give this a few minutes. I'm sure it'll pass. It doesn't look so bad out there. I'm sure it's about done. Well, I almost got started on some work today. I got some of the cannas cleaned up. I'm about to start cleaning up the grass and yep, the sky's turned dark. I already got almost an inch of rain yesterday, so yeah, let's keep hoping for some more rain. Good job. I'm gonna keep cleaning this up, see what I can get done for today. I don't think I'm gonna get much digging done. Although I am thinking about moving those two stones, raking all that rock out, and just extending it all the way over. And I might even go a little bit extra crazy. And where I've got the fence right there, I might just extend this brick line right here out just about to there, and then all the way around. Just make it a little bit bigger. Looks like we've got a quick pause in the rain. Might be able to stop in just a second. And what I'm thinking is right there where that post is, bringing the walkway down around this way and then more of like a straight line to there. Just so that when you're in the backyard right here, there's a little walk path for you right here. Oh no, it's starting to pick up again. Rain's picking up again. Gotta go again. Be back tomorrow. Well, I had just enough time today to clean up some of the rocks before, yeah, it's raining yet again. Managed to get about this many rocks out of the little walkway area over here. Got about that much of it raked up, and I've got a different idea. I'm gonna run down to Lowe's and the metal supermarket and put together one of those little shaky things to get all the rocks separated from the dirt. Because that just seems a lot easier than trying to do this one rock at a time. So I'll be right back with you. Probably doing a little bit of work in the garage rather than outside. Ooh, side project time. That's always a good spot. Middle of the video, here's a side project. Check this out. You know, you'd think after about an hour of this that it would actually start raining. I probably could have been getting a lot more work done. But okay, check this out. I got some of this expanded sheet metal stuff. The guy told me it was the big hole kind. Got a piece of decking and a 2x2. And my plan is here to cut up the deck board so it kind of fits around the metal, and then cut the 2x2, and hopefully that's enough. Otherwise, I think I got one right over here, and I got one right over here. I should have enough to finish off the box. Make one of those little shaky things. You know what I'm talking about, right? So the first thing I did is I went ahead and used some deck boards to go ahead and cut out a nice little rectangle, which if I did my mathematications right, which would probably be a first for me. When I grab this piece right here, it should, in theory, fit quite nicely right there. Pretty much land on all the corners. Yeah, it's pretty close. I might need to straighten that up just a little bit, but that's pretty close. Now I'm gonna go ahead and cut up some of these 2x2s that I've got laying around and the one that I actually bought. Sorry about the thunder in the background, but I'm gonna cut these up so that they match sort of like that, so that these can get screwed into the boards down here. Then when it gets flipped over, it'll be a box. Shaky, get all those rocks clean. So much fun. Now with these 2x2 pieces that I got sitting here on top, I cut the side ones a little bit longer so that they go from one board down here all the way down to this board down here. I'll try and get a screw into the 2x2 and into this board just so that it helps it secure just a little bit more. I hope. I'm probably gonna end up destroying this thing either way, so what does it matter? I'm gonna go ahead and get the expanded sheet right here, put it on here, something about like this, then put this board here. Yeah, right about there should be good. Get this little guy right here. I'm gonna go ahead and drill some pilot holes through this, and this should then hold, at least I was hoping that it would hold, by the clamping force here between these two pieces of wood, and then having the screws go in between these little spots right here. I was hoping that it would hold the whole thing together. I guess only time will tell. No, hey, that's not too bad looking for my work. I think this will hold up just fine, even though I managed to crack the wood once. But this little sandwich thing that I got going here should hold pretty well, and there's plenty of volume then in this box to where I can pile this thing all kinds of full of stuff. Yeah, if it can hold me, yeah, it should be fine. Put some rocks in, shaky back and forth, see what kind of craziness we can come up with and get all the rocks cleaned up, and this should work just fine. Let's go see how it works. Let's go see how it works tomorrow. Is it still sprinkling? And I don't feel like doing it out in the rain. Yeah, I just don't feel like doing it out in the sprinkly rain and the mud. To the tomorrow. This video is taking a really long time to do. It's gonna be worth it though. Side mission over, back to the main menu. Main level, main objective, main course, whatever it was that we were doing. What was it I was doing? Let's go back outside tomorrow. Now this has taken an exorbitantly long time to get done. Okay, so I've had a couple dry days. I think it's dry enough that, you know, I might be able to till it and not destroy it. I went on ahead and scalped this whole area right here. I've got it all marked off for where I sort of think that it's gonna go, maybe. I know about where I want it to start there, and then we're gonna bring it down to about right here, give it a nice little curvy, swoopy thing right here, and then take it right on down to that pole right there. And then the gate will be, you know, included in the mulched area. Then that way I'm not walking, you know, from grass to mulch path to, yeah, make it all the same. I'm gonna go ahead and move all these rocks. Oh, this Chinese tiller I got, that little sucker is a workhorse. I'll drop something down in the description so you can see what this thing is. Super cheap, and it's like it refuses to die, I think. I'm gonna be using that to till up this whole area and then get some rakes and grade this. I'll check back with you in a minute, or 20.
Tearing up the ground with my own two hands, the flower bed screaming, but it understands. Kicked out rocks, they're rolling like little plans. My shovel sings, the earth expands. Dirt flies high, storm in the air. Roots unravel, I don't even care. I'm planting dreams, I'm planting trees. A citrus wall, my masterpiece.
Well, now that was awfully fun, now wasn't it? So what I've done here is I've tried to grade this as well as I can to go into the yard. I already know that there's a little rock thingy that goes from right about here down, like right about where the flowers and those weed patches right there in the gutter. And I know that before I had a little bit of flooding issue where the water would pool up on the patio here. So what I did is I dug a little trench right here and took it back over here, and it kind of gets a little bit deeper as it goes down, because right there, right about there, yeah, there's a little line of rocks. And when I say line of rocks, I mean like a really deep, probably like 5 bags of, what are those, pond pebbles? I don't know, some kind of really big rock. It's kind of like that rock over there. And that just kind of helps to get the water away from the house. And I'm gonna build this up right here a little bit more anyway, toss a few more bags of jungle growth. And then I think I'm going to, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and plant those trees, the ones that have been over there like forever. I'm gonna go ahead and get those in the ground and then get some paper and paper over this whole thing and get all these rocks, surround this whole thing. And yeah, I'm not sure if I put on music before, but let's get some more music going. I am ready to have this job done. Just found me a new little baby buddy. I'm gonna go ahead and stick him right over here. Yeah, just put him over here by the cannas. I'm sure he'll enjoy having a nice new home that's not dangerous. And what? Come on, guy, you gotta go. Come on, get going. Oh no, he likes it too much. There you go. There you go. There he goes. Grow up, eat some bugs.
It feels so right. Rocks in a pile, stones to the side. Tillers roaring, it's a bumpy ride. Planting orange trees, one by one. Edge of oranges blocking the sun. Back patio's my kingdom, my throne. A wall of citrus, my castle, my home. Roots in the ground, give them room to spread.
And now for the fun part. See that big old pile of wood chips right there? Yeah, I'm gonna go grab the tractor, fill up the dump cart, and make a few trips back and forth. Back to the tunes. You got some wheat to clean up over there now too.
Goes quiet, I'm in my zone. Got a mountain of fresh chips and I'm all alone. The air is heavy, the world's tuned out. Got a wheelbarrow full of something to think about. Smells like a promise, like perfume in the dust, covering up the day's worries and rusts. Got that back and forth, that to and fro, a dusty rhythm, steady and slow. I'm raking out the trouble, smoothing out the doubt. This is the only way I know to work it out. That back and forth, that to and fro. The trees don't ask for much, they don't judge or blame. They drink the rain and reach for the sun all the same. This ain't for them, this dusty, steady game. It's for me to feel I've leveled out the picture frame. face to put a little order back in this crazy place. Got that back and forth, that to and fro, a dusty rhythm, steady and slow. I'm raking out the trouble, smoothing out the doubt. This is the only way I know to work it out. That back and forth, that to and fro.
Well, that looks like about all I'm going to be able to get done for today. Let's take a look at what I've accomplished. Somehow. I am going to come back and, just dress this up just a little bit. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm done. These little edges of paper right here will eventually go away, just kind of dissolve in the rain. Don't want to forget my rebar. I may have buried a stepping stone down in here. I'll have to dig that up later. But I did get a good 4 to 6 inches most of the way around. Some might have 8 inches, but this will give me a nice little walkway to get right around here to the gate. And you see the gate is not quite finished. And that's because I've got to figure out something different with my gate situation here. The door won't exactly, open the way it is. So I might have to dig that out or think of something different for how I'm going to do that. Because I really don't want to be doing like a whole new gate or a whole new fence to fix that. Seems like a bit of an overkill. But I will come back through here and weed out my gingers. These things here are really annoying. But they pop right out. Oh, that's unfortunate. Looks like I got one of the lilies too. Oh no. That's one of the wife's canna lilies. I'll replant that. I promise I will. Oh, look at the roots on that thing. Yeah, that'll regrow. It'll be fine. Not a problem. Let's test out the new path here. Tell you what, I might even just start spreading these around, plant these into the trees. Yeah, because I didn't talk about the varieties. There's a couple of Washingtons. Yeah, there's a Washington Navel Orange. I believe this is another Washington Navel. No, that's the Hamlin LA Sweet. Oh, great. I just mixed these things all kinds of up. And there's a Clementine Mandarin. And then I'll bet you this is the other Washington. Yep, there's the other Washington. Okay, well, at least they're on the edges. So there's a Washington here and there. Then there's the Hamlin and the Clementine in the middle. And once I get my stone uncovered here, I'll have another stepping stone over here and be able to walk all the way around the trees and all the way to my gate, eventually, on wood chips, and not have to get into the grass and trample down and make the little walkie path things in the grass. Because there are certain walking paths in the yard that, the grass just was not growing very well. And then once I get through the gate here, I'll be able to walk down this little path right here, around the corner here, and hopefully I don't get smacked in the face with the branch from my new trees. I am going to do my best to try and grow those things as bushes, not trees. Try and keep them around 6 to 8 feet tall, and that shouldn't be too big of a problem since I've gotten them kind of young like this. And I do know that there is a nice little microclimate right here around the patio, because in the wintertime that thing gets really warm still and helps keep everything else nice and warm. All these wood chips and the mulch, that'll help keep that whole area nice and warm too, because I'm going to keep that nice and deep throughout the winter. And if by chance you do have a chip shop in your area, I'll put the web address right here. That is an excellent resource to get all the wood chips you might need and probably don't need. I still have right here 2 dump truck loads, or what's left of it that I didn't use from over there, but that's easily 1.5 dump truck loads right there. So if you want to know how big a dump truck load is, a little bit more than half of that is 1 dump truck. I'll walk you around over here so you can see just how big this is, because it does just kind of keep on going. Oops, sorry. Oh no. My peach is trying to throw out flowers again. Crazy peach tree, what are you thinking? Although that does also remind me that I need to go pick off the oranges that started growing. And I also need to uncover my sugar cane right here. Wasn't really trying to, do a whole tour of the yard, but my sugar cane here and my fig over there are not looking too happy. Then you get near my guava right here. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and top that mulch up here in just a couple days. Maybe next week. Yeah, next week's time looks good. So make sure you keep those thumbs green, pests away, know that you are appreciated. Of course, all my subscribers are very much appreciated. So if you haven't done that yet, just click the little button. I don't ask much. I'm not even gonna say like the video, but if you do, you can click that one too.
Got that back and forth, that to and fro, a dusty rhythm, steady